All right. We got something a little bit special tonight. One of the first things I've done here on my little space on the interwebs, I'm going to be unboxing something. And when I say something, this doesn't necessarily mean like, ooh, it's a new phone or it sounds so stupid. Um, Although it has its right? Like unboxing a new phone or piece of technology. I don't want to slag that. But for me personally, this is a pretty special moment. I found out about 2 weeks ago, an old friend of mine was releasing his first comic. It was being, published. Uh, you can buy it wherever, at comic book stores, on Amazon, Borders, wherever. I was like, holy cow, right? That's amazing. Milestone, like huge. That's a very cool thing. And I was away for a family vacation this past week, and it came this past Wednesday in the mail. And I came home Saturday, and it was sitting there. I'm like, I wanted to open it so bad, but I thought, like, why not have fun with it and do an unboxing here on Freedom to Flail. So this is going to be my first unboxing of anything, really. But I'm going to tell a story, as I do here, on how I came to know Scott Cherry of Barbarian Rage, and the many years that have passed since we worked together. We were roommates together. We moved to different places in the world, right? The United States. Got married, did all this other stuff, and it came to now to basically today. So first, I want to congratulate Scott on hitting this milestone, and I can't wait to open this thing. It's sitting in front of me right now, and it's Amazon. I did order from Amazon. I would have loved to gone to a local comic book store and have done that. But I was too excited. So I ordered it on Amazon. It's sitting right in front of me. And I'm going to open it here in a few minutes. But I want to tell a story of how Scott and I met. And it goes back, wow, goes way back to like the late 90s or so. I was going to college at CLC. And it kind of goes even before that. But in the sense of working and going to school at CLC, I was working in the scene shop, building sets and stuff like that. It was one of my most favorite and memorable jobs, but I needed more money. So I started waiting tables. And we all met at Applebee's in Gurnee. It's a great crew. It's great store. Whatever you say about Applebee's. I mean, inside we called it Crapplebee's because it was fun. It's like, Crapplebee's, it's great. But honestly, some really, really good times there. We worked our asses off. We partied our asses off, and made some really good friendships there too. But anyway, having, moved over to Applebee's for money, and I just needed to make some ends meet, I met Scott, Adam, Jesse, Jessica, Dave. My gosh, I could go way further into that. So sorry if I didn't mention your name. And Adam, Scott's brother. I'll get to that in a second. But we all were just really tight. So we did all sorts of fun stuff. Like I said, we worked a lot, but also played a lot too. And I ended up at some point, Adam, Scott's brother, called me, and I was living in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin at the time, and I was just like, "Hey, dude, why are you calling me?" Like, no, not like, it wasn't like on my home phone, on the landline. A landline was, we don't have those anymore, really. But he's just like, "Hey, man, just looking to get a roommate to fill in a spot. Would you be interested in that?" And it was perfect timing for me. I was ready to go, and I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And I was like, "What's the rent?" He's like, "Something ridiculously cheap. I can't remember. It was either like $75 or $175 a month." Yeah, it was ridiculously cheap. Um, so I said yes. So I moved into this place in Kenosha. Um, uh, has many names, and that can be for another conversation. Uh, Dupa is one. Um, I'm not going to say any others, but it was a wonderful a house to move into, and I lived with Scott, Adam, and their two partners at the time, and here comes straight laced Dan, definitely the most uptight of the crew. But they welcomed me with open arms and had a wonderful time. So, getting into what this actually means for this comic, um, Adam and Scott were always doing creative things. Like, I'd walk into the living room and there'd be, paintbrushes and crayons and just all sorts of art stuff just happening in the basement on the ceilings. They painted the ceiling with like these purple flames that were coming over. Um, it was really really awesome and really creative environment. But they would also, like, in the basement, they had this table where they would they loved animation. They're wonderful drawers. I don't know if that's the right word, but um, sketchers, painters, and animators too. They would make these figurines in the basement, and they would have these, kind of scenes that they would try to, you know, um, recreate and animate. And we'd sit up like late at night watching, crazy stuff, like good crazy stuff. Either it'd be lightning bolts, some awesome videos of that, or Meet the Feebles. If you haven't seen that, probably don't watch it, or watch it. It's a great experience. So anyway, they would always be creating these things, um, especially with their with material. The best way I can explain it is, it wasn't on a computer. It wasn't, even when they would be drawing stuff, it was like sketching an idea for what they could physically manipulate with their hands, right? And Scott would be, either like thinking, right, it's, with his, his stoic, thinking face, in this awesome chair we had, and there would be something be produced from it. So that's like my introduction into Barbarian Rage, right? Which is what we're talking about today. Now, what Scott has done, and again, I haven't seen the product here, but he's taking comic book making into a different direction, in the sense of creating stills from the physical characters, or caricatures. I always have a hard time saying that, but caricatures, and then basically storyboarding it out and telling a story, but also putting elements that are different, that you would not probably normally see. So um, I'm really excited, and I want to make sure that you go follow him on his stuff. So Barbarian Rage at Instagram. There is barbarianrage.com that you can go visit, as well as some other places. So Scott's fairly active. He has some podcasts out there, some interviews, all that. One big thing that you'll notice as I'm scrolling down, the caricature, again, I have a hard time saying that, Barbarian Rage basically makes bootleg toys, right? There's Scott right there. But if you scroll through, like, there's some really brilliant stuff here. A lot of different materials that he's using, glow in the dark stuff, clear acrylics, that kind of stuff. I mean, damn, look at that. I mean, that's just Really, really great stuff. So, um, with his own flair of stuff, right? Not to mention, just small shout out to his brother Adam, who's laughable. I think it's Laugh Comics, but I'm not sure if it's Laughableness or something. He just recently did this Twilight Zone print, which is brilliant. It's like one of those things that you would see back in the backhand pages of like Highlights magazine or something like that. Gremlin doll for, I can't remember what it was. I did order a print. Go do that too. But these two brothers are fantastic. But today we're definitely looking at unboxing the Spider's Treasure. So Spider's Treasure from Barbarian Rage. So here we go. Here it is. I'm going to try and do this, and you're going to get my initial reactions. Hopefully there's good enough lighting here, and I can open this thing up. I do have some scissors, just in case I can't do this properly, but here we go. Ooh, it is glossy. It is thick. Ooh, this is not your typical freaking comic book frings. Oh, it's nice. Wow. But the pages, I'm not going to spoil this for anybody, but holy moly. There's some content here. And a little preview. Spoiler alert. I mean, he kind of did that in his Instagram post, but these two characters, I have not read this yet, but I will. It looks and feels amazing. Just it's you can kind of see the glossiness. This is not I'm really, I got no words. This is just really awesome. I cannot wait to read it. The Spider's Treasure, right there. They're your two main characters. I'm not going to spoil the names or anything like that. But my goodness, I am stoked. Fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and sit down and read this. Again, this is Barbarian Rage. It's the Spider's Treasure. You can find it at Amazon, Borders, wherever else. Follow Barbarian_Rage at Instagram, everywhere else. Hope you enjoyed the story here as well. But very, very excited to see what Barbarian Rage is going to give us next. So until next time, we'll talk to you later.